those 30 seconds could be worth the entire trip, the entire like month that we're gonna spend here in Italy. I'm like gonna start tearing up here.
Florence was the epicenter of the Renaissance. It was once the commercial capital of Europe and where some of history's most notable figures found a place where they could live, work, study, and imagine. Over the centuries, many Florentines became masters in their fields. Basketball, unfortunately, was not one of them.
I think we stumbled upon some like basketball tournament. It looks like a game's about to break out. So I don't think Italy's going to be winning any international basketball tournaments anytime soon.
Basketball notwithstanding, Florence has produced masters in just about everything else. Philosophers, scientists, fashion designers, and of course some of the greatest artists in history. From Dante Alighieri and Sandro Botticelli to Galileo Galilei and Niccolò Machiavelli, some of the most famous figures in history have walked these streets. I spent the morning exploring the Uffizi Gallery, one of the largest and most important collections of Renaissance art in the entire world. The gallery features paintings by Caravaggio, Donatello, Raffaello, Michelangelo, and of course, Leonardo da Vinci. Walking through the Uffizi Gallery can quite honestly feel boring and repetitive at times, because room after room you see what feels like the same painting over and over again. The Madonna with Child. The Madonna with Child paintings were commissioned by these wealthy merchants who wanted to make sure everyone knew they were both extremely rich, but also quite pious.
I'm sure none of these guys wanted to make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Madonna with Child paintings, but they did what they had to do because that's what paid the bills. And you just keep getting better at your craft in the process. So when you do get to do something a little bit more creative, something a little bit more ambitious, then you have the skills to execute on that vision. You have the skills because you put in the grunt work doing thousands and thousands and thousands of Madonna with Child. All the greats of the day did it. Donatello, Raffaello, Michelangelo, and of course Leonardo da Vinci did a Madonna with Child. Did several Madonna with Childs, in fact. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, when I think about like artists in all kinds of fields, whether it's YouTube, whether you're a musician, whether you're a writer, you know, like any opportunity to write, if you're a writer, is an opportunity to get better at your craft. Any opportunity to put a camera in your hands and shoot something is an opportunity to learn something and get better at your craft. And that's something that I've had to learn over the years, that I can't just sit around waiting for Aaron Sorkin to ask me to direct his next great script. I have to go and like make films. I have to go and just pick up a camera again and do this. And this YouTube channel is a large part of that, is just getting a camera in my hands and shooting again. There's like dozens and dozens of Da Vinci paintings around the world that are just unfinished because he would just get bored of them. And I'm sure if you're a creative watching this, that probably sounds a lot like you, because I know it sounds a lot like me. Probably the only thing Da Vinci and I have in common, but if you don't do the Madonna with Child, you're not gonna get to do anything else, or you're not gonna know how good you are. You need to make something and put it in front of people and learn from it. Imagine being Da Vinci in his day, and you think you might You might have the feeling that you're probably better than everyone else at making paintings, but the only way anybody's ever going to see a painting of yours is if you start doing Madonna with Child. So you either never paint and no one ever sees your work because nobody knows who the hell you are, or you do a freaking Madonna with Child, just like everybody else. It's literally the paying your dues of your time. There was even a painting in the Uffizi gallery that was a painting of like some sort of scene in someone's house, and in the background was a painting of Madonna with Child. So that's how prevalent these paintings were in that time, and that's why there's so many of them in these galleries. Then that's why every artist in their time had no choice but to do a Madonna with Child. Anyway, that's my little Madonna with Child rant.
My time in Florence was winding down, and I would soon be leaving this beautiful city. But it seems Florence had one more master for me to enjoy. The maestro from Tuscany himself, Andrea Bocelli.
I walk by, I'm hearing like this tenor voice coming through, and like, I see like an event being set up. So I walk towards it, and Andrea Bocelli's doing a sound check, like. Of all the moments of magic, if you can call it that, luck, serendipity, right place, right time, that is probably one of them for me. Like, I've always wanted to see Andrea Bocelli, and like, it's very expensive to see him anywhere in the world, much less here in Italy or at a dinner at his foundation.
That's a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was but now I see.
But like, to just walk by and be able to see him, I don't know, guys, I'm like gonna start tearing up here. Like, I love that dude. Like, and just being able to catch a glimpse of him for just like a few seconds for me, like, those 30 seconds could be worth the entire trip, the entire like month that we're gonna spend here in Italy. Like, I want to see him in concert, obviously, but yeah. Anyway, I was doing something before this. I guess I should go back to doing that. Oh yeah, I was going to my tailor. I was going to my tailor here in Florence when suddenly I just heard the voice of Andrea Bocelli, so I just had to stop in my tracks. I know how pretentious that sounds, guys. I get it. But don't judge me. Anyway, I gotta go see my tailor. So that's a wrap from Florence, and I really don't know when I'll get the chance to come back, but every time I come here, I just think it's so cool to be surrounded by a city that's just filled with beauty and history, and that's just always my favorite part. I love the conversations that we get going in the comments sometimes, so keep them coming. Anyway, leaving Florence today, and we'll see where we are in the next video. Cheers.